How time has passed for Drew McIntyre. Life always gives second chances, and this time, life is rewarding Drew. He has become a successful wrestler in WWE, and while he has made great friends, he also has his share of detractors among his colleagues. Well, that's why I'll stop talking now, and today I'll present to you 5 wrestlers who hate Drew McIntyre. Remember to tell me which superstar you would like to see in this series. Number 5, Kurt Angle. In 2018, Drew McIntyre faced Kurt Angle, a match in which both gave their best against each other. A few days later, it was confirmed that before that match, Vince McMahon approached Kurt Angle and told him, "I want you to make Drew McIntyre shine like a star tonight." Kurt said at that time that he had no problem making Drew shine, as long as the Scotsman was respectful. Then, Vince went to talk to Drew McIntyre and told him that he had already spoken with Kurt and that everything was settled, that he should take every advantage necessary because Kurt would make him shine that night. When the match started, Drew looked a bit nervous. The match started off pretty fast and there was a lot of chemistry between the two, but the big tense moment came when Drew McIntyre took very seriously the fact that Kurt would do whatever it took to make him shine that night. And it turns out that McIntyre in the middle of the match applied the famous ankle lock, a move that in WWE is characteristic of Kurt Angle. But not only that, before applying the ankle lock, Drew copied the angle slam, another one of the Olympic hero's most famous moves. These two moves are what made Kurt Angle really angry, and with good reason. After all, Drew was copying 2 of his signature moves. Although this boldness from Drew McIntyre in the ring helped him a lot as a wrestler, it didn't stop Kurt Angle from getting pretty annoyed with Drew after the match. Kurt thought that was a huge sign of disrespect. Later, Kurt would say on a Spotify podcast that he believed Drew McIntyre was the most disrespectful hero, and that he thinks people like that shouldn't make it to the top of the company. Number 4, AJ Styles. Drew McIntyre was able to win the top WWE title at WrestleMania 36 because that year he won the Royal Rumble. However, the decision to make Drew McIntyre the winner of the Rumble was a very late decision, and it was also a very complicated and critical one backstage. As a result of this, many changes were made to the originally announced lineup so that Drew could win that night. While it was the WWE fans who made the company change its mind, there was someone who was very upset about all this, and that was AJ Styles, because the Phenomenal One was supposed to win that Rumble. According to rumors from a wrestling website, up to 5 days before the event, AJ Styles was being considered as the big winner of the Royal Rumble. And it was already scheduled in the event's programming. Since that day, many say that the Phenomenal One has kept a great distance from Drew McIntyre. Everything indicates that this bad relationship they've had for years is precisely because of this issue. Although AJ Styles has never wanted to talk about this issue, Drew McIntyre did. Drew said that he doesn't really know the reason why there isn't a good relationship between them, but that he's at ease because he's never acted badly toward AJ Styles. This video is brought to you by WWE Experiencia, the company that takes you from your city to the WWE event of your choice in the United States. Hey, hurry up, reserve your spot now for WrestleMania 42. For more information, remember to follow WWE Experiencia on Instagram. Keep watching. Number 3, Teddy Long. Although Teddy Long is not a wrestler, he is a fundamental figure in WWE. When a company superstar has a long losing streak, it's usually a sign that something bigger is happening behind the scenes. Or in other words, that the superstar is having major problems backstage. In his first run with the company, Drew McIntyre was on a long losing streak in WWE, something similar to what MVP experienced himself years earlier. Drew blamed 100% of these events on Teddy Long. McIntyre said that Teddy was a completely fake person because he said that Teddy Long never liked him as a wrestler, and that made Teddy Long go talk to the company executives and say that he had no plans for McIntyre. In turn, Teddy said that the only way he could use Drew in the ring was by making him lose to push other wrestlers, and apparently that's what Teddy Long did with Drew McIntyre. Week after week, the executives and Teddy Long made him lose on SmackDown until he got bored of it. Number 2, Terrell. During his first stint as a wrestler in WWE, Drew McIntyre was engaged to his fellow wrestler, Terrell. In August of 2010, an incident occurred that would make it to the press. It was a rather serious incident that involved Drew McIntyre and Terrell. In that altercation between this couple, Taryn hit Drew McIntyre, and as a result, she was arrested and later fired by WWE. Even though Drew didn't do anything wrong in this incident, the company still decided to give him few opportunities for being involved in this scandal. A rather clumsy decision by the company, since Drew McIntyre turned out to be the victim in this altercation. After this, Terrell went to TNA, and whenever she can, she speaks badly about Drew McIntyre wherever she goes. But well, she must really hate him with a passion, no doubt. But it's true that McIntyre looks much happier now. What do you guys think? Number 1, Jack Swagger. This is one of the internet legends that seems most likely to be true. It is said that in 2010, WWE was quite undecided about the winner of Money in the Bank. And the two names that were being mentioned the most were Jack Swagger and Drew McIntyre. And one of the two would be the big winner of Money in the Bank at WrestleMania 26. But McIntyre himself said that Swagger started making up bad things about him and would go and tell them directly to the WWE board of directors and the other superstars. All of this was done in order to block the possibility of Drew McIntyre being the big winner of Money in the Bank. One of the lies Swagger repeated the most was that Drew wasn't a safe wrestler to work with in the ring and that he had already injured several rookie and veteran wrestlers. He said that the superstars were afraid to compete against the Scotsman because he didn't take care of them in the ring, and he was a wrestler who could hurt anyone who got in his way. Drew McIntyre says that he can't lie to himself. He hates Jack Swagger, and he's completely sure that Swagger hates him too. Drew said that if Swagger were a good colleague, he shouldn't have made up so many things about him. In fact, Swagger was aware that all those things were completely false. Remember to comment who you would like to see in the next episodes of this series.